Dude. Put it away.
What?
Put it away. Give me.
I'm patting my leg. I'm all sore. My hands are. What'd you do to your arm?
I'm old, so I got all kinds of like little
liver spots.
Like spots on me now. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We brought back the Ninja. You have to open it. See how there's a lid
gotcha.
there and you have to open it?
I thought maybe it was like one that opened all by itself.
It's a motion sensing.
It's possible.
Blender lid.
It's possible. What? Look at that. It looks like almost like neon.
So we're doing this because we wanted to look a little sci-fi today.
Let me give you a hint.
That's right. We saw Total Recall.
Chewie, we're home.
Don't bullshit me. Let's move to Mars.
Got it. Oh my God.
We saw Star Wars Force Awakens. Most of this episode is going to be us talking about Star Wars Force Awakens. If you have not seen the show yet, and you don't want this spoiled for you, don't watch this until after you see the movie. And then as soon as you see the movie, immediately go home and watch this.
You have been warned.
You have been warned. This is your formal warning. Spoilers, Star Wars spoilers, Star Wars spoilers, Star Wars spoilers.
Starting right now, Han Solo dies. Let's just get that out of the way.
Crashes a plane
I just want to get
into a golf course.
I want to get that out of the way. Just to have it.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
From his son, Rilo Ken. No. What? Rilo. What?
Some crazy name. Like his real name is like Ben Solo.
Yeah, Ben Kenobi. Named him
Ben
after
Solo.
Ben. He named him after Ben
And
Kenobi.
but he picked like a Dark Lord name. So
Rilo. No. Kylo Ren. Ren. Kylo Ren. God damn.
So there's Ren.
Dyslexia
and there's
hard.
Rey.
And then there's Finn.
And Finn. Okay.
Nobody has last names.
No, that's not important. Not important in the last of the trilogies to have last names.
It's true.
Ultimately, you know what? I was pleasantly surprised. I was. Little background. I saw the original Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, when I was 7 years old in my hometown of Mulbridge, South Dakota. And it basically changed my life. If there was if I was a fan of something, if I was a real fan of something, it would be Star Wars. Now, I'm not. We talked about this. Mm-hmm. Not fans in like that weird ass fucking nerdy way where you learn like every piece of detail behind every movie and dip into the supporting universe stuff, and you like become this vast knowledge of shit that just happened in the movies and stuff. What?
And let's be clear. There's nothing wrong with that. However,
okay.
Y'all motherfuckers need to be a little more inclusive.
Right.
Okay?
I mean, just,
And not be so goddamn judgy because everybody else has fucking shit to do.
Right.
As opposed to watching A New Hope 37 times.
I fell in love with the world, with the universe, and I wanted to be a part of that. So, I was one of those kids who went out and got all the Star Wars toys, but I wasn't trying to recreate the movies like all my friends were because I thought that was fucking lame.
Yeah.
I was telling new stories. Mm-hmm. Right? Sort of a precursor to what I am now.
Tell a story about a good bounty hunter, not Boba Fett, because Boba Fett's a terrible bounty hunter.
He's not that very good. He's not a very good bounty hunter.
He fell in a fucking hole,
right?
man!
Right, exactly. He had he had one job! One job!
He didn't kill anybody in those movies, and he fell in a hole. Hello, and welcome back. Today on Point Counterpoint, Chad and I will be arguing Boba Fett. Chad will take the side of why Boba Fett is a good bounty hunter and a strong character in the Star Wars universe, and I will be arguing why he's a piece of shit character.
Why do I always have to take the positive? Why do I always got to argue the positive part of these things? You always give me the hard part. I mean, See, I can't even get into this without getting negative right away.
Listen, your job is to argue why he's good. That's a compliment. It's a hard argument to make. It's a compliment to make you do it. Okay. I'm going to argue why he's a piece of shit because I'm the lesser.
Because that's the easy argument. You didn't give me any time to work through this at all. I just sit down and oh, Chad, you're going to do the positive.
He's fell in a goddamn hole, man.
Listen, man. I know I can't argue anything positive about this guy at all because he's a big man.
Get into a damn argument. You're supposed to argue why he's good.
Are you done? Are you done? So the point is, I'm coming at this from a perspective that might be a little bit different than yours. I was not expecting much.
I thought it was going to be good, definitely better than the prequels.
That's not hard, though.
No, that's not. But there was a small part of me that wanted it to be a little bad so that I could say, no, you assholes don't know what you're talking about. The hype was not there. But I was wrong. It was a thoroughly satisfying Star Wars movie.
It was thoroughly satisfying.
If you like Star Wars movies, like the originals, if you liked the original Star Wars, you'll probably like this.
Probably. Now, that being said, they weren't really trying to reinvent the wheel here.
No.
They pulled a lot of themes from the first 3 movies. So, I mean, and you
Bigger Death Star.
Yes, and you can walk through it like piece by piece and like say,
Bad Jedi wears a helmet.
Right? Oh, that's from episode 4. That's from episode 6.
There's a small weird skinned person that's helping to push the story forward and train them up.
Exactly. So yeah, but that's, I guess, kind of the point. I mean, we've created a world like that. The reason. All right. Say what you will about George Lucas.
Judas.
Traitor.
Bastard.
Molester.
Hack.
Has been.
Fuckface.
Satan. But.
I thought it was a command.
The guy told a fascinating story that we all wanted to be a part of. And to Abrams' credit, he retold that story in a way that still made me want to be a part of it. I will look forward to the next film.
All the new characters are effectively just rehashes of the old characters for a new generation. John Boyega, the guy playing Finn, is effectively new Han Solo.
Yep.
Although there's some hints to maybe he's also a Jedi. Rey is effectively just a new Luke and Leia combined into one person.
Combine them together a little bit. Yep.
The leader of the First Order, the giant chick in the silver armor, that's probably new Boba Fett.
Like the Boba Fett we all wanted.
Yes.
The one we all wanted.
Yes.
Because
she didn't have much of a role in this movie, but I can really see her. There's no way she's dead.
Yeah. Because in Empire, man, when you first meet Boba Fett and then there's Slave One and the shit's going down, you're like, oh, this guy could be a badass, right? And we never got to see the badass Boba Fett. We get,
apparently it happens quite a bit in Clone Wars. If you watch the Clone Wars cartoon,
really?
He's a featured badass.
Yeah, I just never got into that as that extended universe stuff.
It's not extended. That's canon. It's one of the few things left that is canon.
That's their full-on canon.
They took heavy axes to all that extended universe shit. When Disney picked it up, they actually hired a team to go through all of that stuff and decide what is canon and what isn't.
Wow.
Even from recent all the way back.
Well, obviously, I mean, I played a little bit of Rogue Squadron video game, and I'm under the impression that. Who was that guy? What was the guy's name in the movie? The Rogue Squadron guy. Poe, yeah, there you go. Poe is Rogue One.
He's Rogue One, yes.
So that's interesting.
Apparently he's getting his own movie at some point because Rogue Squadron is getting a movie. Okay, so we're kind of right in the part that happens after this, but not really. Okay, there is a Rogue Squadron movie.
There is.
But it takes place about the original Rogue Squadron from the original movies. And it's about the guys from Rogue Squadron who stole the plans to the Death Star. That's what the movie's about. Which is an interesting. It's an interesting story. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I would totally watch that movie.
You know how it ends. It's the same as the prequels.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it's the same as the prequels. You know how that shit ends.
Exactly.
And it kind of removes a certain amount of.
Well, yeah, I mean,
intrigue.
It's certainly like watching, a biopic about a famous musician. You know that eventually they will end up addicted to drugs and they will make very poor decisions and their life will go to shit. But then there's that redeeming moment where they get famous again and die or something.
After they're dead. After their wife kills them. Courtney Love, I'm looking at you. Do you think they'll shoot it Star Wars style? Or do you think it'll be like... Because I hope it'll be like Ocean's 11 style. You know what I mean?
They'll throw back to... like original Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
With
really racist the entire
like a dance number right in the middle, you know? Yeah, absolutely.
Sammy Davis is carrying everything.
That's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Hey, just throwing in for the job. Directors right here, co-directing, you know. Rogue
if you
Squadron.
want a movie to fail horribly.
Directed by Durnk Industries, right here.
There will be 90% more dick jokes than you intended.
Again, this sounds kind of shitty, and I know I'm probably beating this with a dead horse, but
beating it with a dead horse.
With a dead horse. There's this dead horse,
you
and I'm
picked
like
up a
going,
whole horse.
Boom.
All right, got it.
Dead horse. I'm beating with the dead horse.
Now I have to Photoshop
Now,
the horse in your hand.
please do. I feel they weren't again reinventing anything with these movies, and I guess the only reason I bring that up is that there were a lot of things happening that reminded you of something that already happened, so you could kind of extrapolate what was going to happen in the film. As an example, it wasn't a surprise to me that Solo died.
No. Well, the moment he walks on that bridge, I knew he was dead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Actually, the moment you find out that he is
Kylo Ren.
Ren's dad, I'm like, oh shit, well he's got to fucking die now. That's just got to happen. Now that and there was a moment, there was a small little moment while they were walking in to destroy that facility, where I was like, oh shit, they're gonna kill Chewie. And then I went, no, that can't happen, no.
No.
Because if they would have, I would have lost my shit. You do not kill Chewbacca!
There'd have been one random moment. Chad in the back of the theater.
What the fuck is that? It's not fucking Chewie, man. What the fuck is that stuff? God damn it. They can't fucking kill Chewie.
Oh, also, we went on Tuesday at 10 a.m. because Chad thought, hey, we're going to dodge some crowds and stuff. No, that theater was full.
It was full. It was totally full. There was a moment I thought maybe that those seats next to me weren't going to be taken.
And then some kind of irritating Asian people.
I mean, they just, they weren't irritating because they were Asian.
No, they were just irritating people.
That's some racist shit he just
irritating
said.
people.
But just irritating people in general. It's totally true. What was the whole thing with the like inching in front of us during that whole scene? Trying to find their seats were right fucking. Was it that fucking dark in the theater?
No, it wasn't.
It was not that fucking dark in the theater.
One dude was like, okay, he was like,
and I'm like,
excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, I'm sorry, pardon me, excuse me, sorry. Shit, I forgot to go. I got to the bathroom. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
really?
Sorry. One more time. I'm sorry. Sorry. Really? What else?
Man, what else can we say about it?
I don't know if we have a whole bunch else to say about it. I haven't collected too many thoughts on it yet. I do want to see it again. I do think it's worth a second viewing in the big picture, sound format.
I can say this. I think the big, massive question will be on everybody's mind is,
will John Boyega take his pants off?
I'm sure there will be a certain segment of the viewing audience that wants him to take his pants off. I was thinking more about the origins of Jen, or I'm sorry, Rey.
Rey.
The origins of Rey. Who is Rey's daddy? Who is Rey's mama? That'll be the big thing, and I'm sure that's what all the nerds and geeks are talking about it right now. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they are, for sure. So, and do I have a thought on it? Of course I do. Is it fully thought out yet? No, it's not.
Because nothing he thinks of.
Nothing is ever fully thought. Out, no, I never think anything all the way through. I just don't.
Okay, here we're going to talk about other fan theories about who Rey is.
Right, now we all have our own theories about who Rey is, who she belongs to, who the sperm donor and egg donor.
I would like to say, we don't see it in the episode, but this is the sign of a good movie. If you...
Oh my God!
There's theories, people are standing around talking about what theories.
You leave the theater and you ask a question.
Yeah.
You've totally you made a movie that will make all of the money.
Raymond Champagne.
All of the monies.
Okay, so
Rey.
Two theories that I have heard that are intriguing. One I don't like. One I do like.
All right, go.
The one I don't like. We'll start there. That she is Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Luke gets his hand chopped off.
Right.
And in spoilers, in episode 7, you find somebody found his lightsaber. His lightsaber. His hand was holding the lightsaber
when it was cut off. Yes.
When it was cut off.
Correct.
So the theory is
that particular lightsaber.
She is a clone.
Yeah.
She is a Luke Skywalker clone. She's not his kid. She's a clone.
Right.
Yes. I don't like that theory. But
I don't like
it does serve a few things. One, it acknowledges the prequels, because clones were an important part of the prequels.
True.
And two, it's somewhat viable.
That's trying too hard. That's prequel thinking.
The problem is,
that's
going to take a lot to explain.
Yeah, I mean,
to the average movie-going audience, you're going to have to sit there. You're going to have like a 20-minute scene.
Yeah, it's too much. I mean, and that does it's too much thinking like the prequels. Which were, just obviously weren't as good. I mean, that storytelling, although intricate and detailed, it was shitty storytelling. It wasn't any fun. And I think that's a bad theory. That's bad theory.
Okay.
Bad.
But feasible.
I'll give you the feasibility. Of course, we're talking about a fantasy sci-fi film here.
There you
go.
It's feasible within the universe they've created.
Well,
that's what I mean. The theory that I like is that she is not Luke's kid.
No, she's not.
She's not Luke's kid.
No.
But when Luke created the Jedi Order again, she was one of Luke's apprentices, one of the Padawans. And she was the most promising Padawan. So, because she was so promising, and when the Knights of Ren, of which Kylo Ren is a part of, when the Knights of Ren rose up and destroyed Luke's new Jedi Order, they hid her. And at the beginning of Star Wars Episode 7, who's that old British dude?
Yeah, that old guy. The old guy who used to be in all those Hammer horror films.
Yes. The theory is he hid her on Jakku.
Yes, he did.
To one
Max
day...
von Sydow. I believe that's his name, right?
Yes, Max von Sydow. I do actually believe Max von Sydow is his name.
True.
One day he was supposed to go back, and he was that's why he was hunting for where Luke was. He was supposed to go back, get her, and take her back to Luke.
Interesting. Okay.
That was his whole job.
I will get that is interesting. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That the only thing that
also explains why Kylo Ren might have known who she was ahead of time.
The only thing that doesn't take into account is sort of the necessity that she be part of the bloodline.
I don't think it's necessary.
It's totally necessary.
Not necessary at all.
Completely necessary. That she be part of the bloodline. Completely necessary.
Yeah, man. You want to go down this road? All right. I guess spoilers are over.
There you go. Star Wars Force Awakens.
We'll give it, I think 4 thumbs up.
4 enthusiastic Durnkt thumbs up.
Yes. 2 neon.
2 neon orange Alka
slushies. Did you hear
slushies.
about at Target? Did you hear about They're selling Nuka-Colas from Fallout. They're the glowing.
Really?
Yeah. They're selling some of those, right? And there was this big, like, there was only a limited run, and it was just at Target. So people were like, we gotta get their Nuka-Colas. And apparently you can actually drink them, but I wouldn't because they're actually neon blue and they glow a little bit.
The liquid itself is actually glowing.
I ordered the bottle on it or something like that. I don't know.
I could get behind the bottle glowing. That's not a big deal as long as, it wasn't like...
It looks like it's a liquid glowing. But there was such a shortage that Target employees were getting accused of buying them.
Oh,
no. And people would be like, no, you can't let people that work there buy things, and you can't. First off, that is incredible white middle class entitlement.
You want to talk about a first world problem? It's I can't buy the new glowing soda. The fuck are you?
I can't with that. First off. Secondly, I've worked in retail. Being able to pre-buy the shit was one of the few reasons to have that job. And it doesn't pay well, one.
Right.
Two, you got to deal with assholes that whine about that shit on a constant basis.
Exactly.
And three, management in those are always just people who didn't graduate high school and then got a little bit of power and then became assholes.
Mostly. Yeah, mostly. I can't argue with any of that. I worked retail too, and it broke me. Broke me down.
Pre-buying stuff and being able to save some stuff to buy. So what? You can work at Target too. You just don't because your husband is a lawyer and you have to drive the kids to school every day.
I was thinking more about the
soccer mom.
The 28-year-old that's still living in mom's basement that wants
it's
desperately
actually more likely that
wants desperately to buy the glowing soda with what he calls the stipend that his parents give him because it's not an allowance anymore because you're 28 fucking years old.
No,
actually, what that is a handout.
And he totally pays rent, Chad. $50 a month is a decent amount of money. Okay.
And he buys all his own ramen.
And sure, he misses some months. At this point, half of them.
But he had to get that new tattoo.
Yes.
That new tattoo, that thigh tattoo that wraps around it's like a tiger, and it's the tiger's riding a ninja.
Because that girlfriend that didn't quite work out, said it was cool.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he's quite sure that was a girl.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Her dick was awesome.